Welcome to the Calvin Dean Show. This is Super Bowl 58 show. Yes, wow. Boy, do we have a show for you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. It's Saturday night before Christmas and all through the house. I just love that stuff, right? Love it, man. Love it. It's like Christmas. It's just like Christmas, man. It's so exciting, man. I'm so excited. Wow. I'm going to be doing some live stuff tomorrow, too. So just stay tuned for Super Bowl Sunday. It's the most exciting day of the year, man. I mean, the grass is greener. The sky's brighter. Oh, man, the birds are singing. Man, we have two amazing teams, guys. Amazing teams. I mean, I have been studying my brain. Everyone's asking me, what's your pick? What's your pick? All my friends, what's your pick? What's your pick? I have people, emailing me. Hey, what's your pick? Dude, I have my YouTube subscribers, 35,000 of them. Man, thank you so much. Remember, subscribe. Turn your notifications on. Comment. I want everyone to comment. The person who comments closer to the score, I want you to name who's going to win, and I want you to give me a score. Okay, and the person who wins will get an NFL hat. Wow, right from the NFL Network, guys. Oh, man, I want everyone to do that. You have to do that, man. This is going to be fun. We need to talk about these things, man. I want you to talk about stuff in the comments. Give me some of your takes, why you picked a team, why you did it. I want it all, man. Jonathan Morales, you promised me, man. You promised me you're going to do that. You better do that. Chris Akopian, brother. Yes, Stu. Karen, yes, yeah, oh yeah. Oh, and even Drew could tick back. Oh yeah. I'm naming names, guys. Marlon White, yeah. Bobby Morales. How about Bobby Morales and his huge party tomorrow, guys? Man, that's going to be a rockin' party, man. Super Bowl party at Bobby Morales is in Valencia, California, guys. Man, woof. That's going to be a fun one. Man, so happy, guys. It's Vegas, Sin City. Wow. I mean, just think about it. 10 years ago, Roger Goodell was like, oh, no, he poo-pooed Vegas because he didn't want the gambling. But, just had the press conference today. Roger, he talked all about why he picked, Vegas. And now you have all these streaming networks. So you have, Paramount Plus, Amazon, all these streaming networks just getting in the loop. And this is why they changed up. You want to hear this? The age group has gone 10 years younger that watches these football games. And I'm telling you something, they're smart. It's like out with the out with the old, man. Out with the old and in with the new, man. That's what it's like, really, guys. I'm not going to cut this stuff. If I screw up, I screw up, yeah. But, man, this is good stuff. I mean, you think about it. I mean, they're just grooming more fans. They are so intelligent. I have never seen a company like the NFL, just the way they hit the younger crowd and with NFLshop.com. And don't remember, guys, NFLshop.com, mention the Calvin Dean Show, and I guess you get like 15% off of select items. So, hey, guys, this is Super Bowl Eve. Oh man, oof. I'm just getting really. I got chills, man. I got chills. Guys, I got so many people I just want to thank first. All my listeners, Keoi, you are just remarkable. My friend, she's a, cute Asian, and she is just so cute, and she just loves the show, always writes me through the Calvin Dean Show. If you go to calvindean.com, and what you can do is, it's the Calvin Dean Show, right? Either calvindean.com or the Calvin Dean Show. It goes to one, even TCDShow.com. It always goes to one, one website, and that's the Calvin Dean Show. And you can go in there and contact me. And you can write me and give me some pointers, or just tell me what your picks are. And, it's fun. I love the interaction. Thank you so much. Nikki's Niners. Give it up for Nikki's Niners. She's so excited that her 49ers are finally in the Super Bowl again. I know Nikki, not without Jimmy G. I know it's her heartthrob, man. It's her heartthrob. It's so funny. But she's she's a diehard fan, guys. We won't even get into how she was having her husband dress up like Jimmy G, huh? Well, it's okay. This is a PG network. We're not going to get into that, and we're not going to get into that. Gigi up in Oregon, thank you, Gigi, for listening to the show. Thank you. I know you're an avid listener. I know you love the Taylor Swift. I just had a video. Actually, it was a podcast, and it was all about the Taylor Swift stuff. Look at it, listen to it. It's fun. I did get some people. Carrie, she loved it too. So, and Nikki from the 49ers, she commented, and so thank you guys, thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Just guys. Francisco, you're a nut. I just want to let you know, Francisco, one of my other listeners, he's just, I love that guy. Johnny Salinas, yeah, buddy. Bruce, yeah, I could go on and on. Pans, man, I tell you guys, I just want to thank everyone, really, from my heart, man. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And, so let's just get into, getting into this game, guys. I mean, I've been studying my butt off, man. I just want to let you go. Everyone is, they're all on Patrick Mahomes. He's got he's got everything going for him, because why? Why does Patrick Mahomes got everything going for him? Because of, he's been there. He's been there. I mean, everyone's into it. I mean, and hey, why not? I mean, the guy is phenomenal, I mean, he just beat the MVP of the league, So, but I don't know, man, about the MVP of the league, because I want to give you Brock Purdy's passer rating. His passer rating was 110.2. Just like C.J. Stroud was talking about Brock Purdy the other day. And he's like, he sees things. We watched all the film, and he's like, there's some great throws. And then average throws. But then the average throws, he says, you know how hard it is to sometimes to throw to a guy that's wide open? He says, that's even hard. To be an NFL quarterback's hard. His passer rating was 110 all year round. 110, guys. 110. All right? Let me see. Mr. Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes. Are you ready for this one, guys? You know what his passer rating throughout the whole year? Patrick Mahomes. 89.6. 89.6 passer rating all year. I mean, Huh. Huh. I wonder if anyone knew that. He had 4,383 yards, 28 touchdowns, right? 17 interceptions. All right, 17 interceptions. Brock Purdy, 33 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Huh. Josh Allen had 29 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. You know, I mean, the only person that was close was Tua from the Dolphins. He had 30 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. He's threw for 4,698 yards. Dak Prescott threw for 4,660 yards. You know, and Dak had 36 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Wow. Wow. Dak had just an amazing year, but unfortunately, what happens with Dak Prescott, he gets into the playoffs, and he becomes Dak Prescott. And everyone knows what I mean by that. Hey, Dak, you proved me wrong a lot. And, I just want you to know that, and hats off to you. And I think that you're a great player, and I wish you the best. Yet I honestly believe that you probably won't be into the Super Bowl. I hope you will, but I don't see it happening. Anyway. Now, I don't know if anyone knows me, how many times I've predicted the Super Bowl in a row. Yes, picking the winners in a row. So it's a big number. So this one's going to be 17. I hope. Guys, at this point, it's just the way it is. You know, I see things how they are, and I mean, I had predicted the Baltimore Ravens and the 49ers would be in the Super Bowl in August of last year. And I predicted that Lamar Jackson would win the MVP, and he did. And they're one game away from getting into the Super Bowl. And I predicted their records, the Niners and the Baltimore Ravens records, and it was right on. Predicted right in the beginning of the year. So obviously, I do know my stuff. Hey, sports is sports. Sometimes you do. Hey, sometimes, Lamar Jackson didn't show up. But there's that one play. Remember, I was talking to you guys about that one play that always makes the game. It's a turning point because the game is built on momentum. All these guys are elite players. If you're in the NFL, you're a great player. Period. There's not many people make it to the NFL, guys. Same with the major leagues. There's not many major league guys that make it to the major leagues. I've met some great players when I used to play baseball. Great players. And a lot of them didn't make it to the majors. One way or another. Mainly, the majority of it was getting hurt. But if you are in the NFL, you are a great player. You are very talented. You are extremely healthy, in shape, unless, Tom Brady when he first came in. But, I mean, think about it, guys. That's what it is, and, these guys are talented. And at any given Sunday, the team can turn on it. Look at the Niners and Detroit Lions. What was the turning point? The one turning point that changed the game. I consider it Ayuk's catch off the helmet. That right there was the turning point. That was a big play. Right then and there, I saw all the momentum turn. Right after that, what happened? They drive down the field, right? And they fumbled the ball. Because they had just... the Detroit Lions had just got, it was a 4th and 2, and they went for it instead of kicking a field goal. And then the Niners got it. Purdy threw the bomb to Ayuk, hit off the helmet. Ayuk caught it. The defender did touch him, and he was down at, I think it was the 2 or 3 yard line. But, that was the turning point I believe that was a turning point of the game. I mean, stopping them on the 4th and 2, yeah, but I really think the turning point was that one play. Because as soon as he did that, as soon as he caught that ball and he got it, and then they scored a touchdown. Right after that, Jamar Gibbs, first play, running, and guess what? He fumbles. And the Niners get the ball again. So in an instant, the game's tied. In an instant. Third quarter's not even ended, and the game's tied. Halftime, 24-7. That's how dangerous the 49ers are. And Detroit's not a schmucky team. They just didn't get there because they were lucky, And so that one play, and for the Baltimore Ravens one play was the Flowers fumble. That one play. They were coming back. And you don't know if Lamar would have threw interceptions after that or anything like that. The reason why I'm saying that is because he, the momentum would have changed. Flowers doesn't fumble. He's down at the 1 foot line, right? And Lamar Jackson takes it in, touchdown, and then, it's a different game. And the momentum will change. Then the defense gets hyped. The defense makes a stop. It's always like that, guys. Always like that. But congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. They kept the Ravens to 10 points, and that's so good about the Kansas City Chiefs. Everyone's talking about Spags defense, man. Spags defense, and it's like, all right, Spags defense. I got it, so, what are they, you don't know. I mean, they make it to the dance and you're at the Super Bowl. Well, you do have a Niners team. Right? And they hadn't played good against Green Bay. They didn't play good against Detroit. But they won. I like teams. That's kind of good. Gritty teams. Grind it out and beat another team. That's what football's all about. So if that's not their A game, winning 2 games like that, grit, coming back and winning, I don't know. I that's football, Kansas City dominated the Miami Dolphins, right, in the 30 below zero weather, right, and then they had a great game against Buffalo. It could have gone either way, right? Josh Allen, whoa. And then they beat Buffalo in Buffalo, right? And then they go on the road to Baltimore, and guess what? They beat Baltimore. That's impressive. Miami, come on, man, really? You're talking about Tua, who was a 101 passer rating, right? Better than Mahomes, 4,698 yards. Better than Mahomes. 30 touchdowns. Better than Mahomes. Sorry. It is. 15 interceptions. Better than Mahomes. And they literally, Spags' defense literally shut them down. I know it was windy, 30 below zero, cold weather. And, Miami's Miami, and they played a little bit better during the season. Maybe they would have taken that division, and they would be playing a home game. But, that's the way it goes, and that's football. And then the Chiefs go to Buffalo, snow, cold, great game. Congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs. And then we have the game in Baltimore. Could have gone anyway. It really could have. It wasn't that dominated. Like I said, it was that one play. If that one play happens, and momentum shifts, and then Baltimore's in Vegas right now, party. Yeah, party. Yeah. So I mean, that's just the way it goes, guys. This is the way it is. I mean, it's just it's tough. This is a tough game. It's a tough game. I mean, Purdy believes that flag football helped him develop into a quarterback that he is. Flag football. Noted that they're doing that in the Olympics, guys. Flag football. Remember that. So Purdy saying that, the Olympic team, you get it. He's referring. He's referencing to that. I'm sure every single, the coaches are going, yeah, Purdy. Yeah, Purdy, That's pretty funny. Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh, Super Bowl loss with 49ers motivates me every day. Wow. Yeah, that team's going to turn around. That team's going to turn around. I guess he took the defensive backfield coach of Michigan. He just signed him on to the Chargers. Guys, Kansas City's going, uh-oh. All that talent and the Chargers, and just watch that team. It's going to be turned around in an instant, especially with Haybear. Better watch out for the Chargers next year, guys. Watch out. Definitely. Jared McKinnon of the Chiefs, groin activated off of injured reserve, remains questionable for Super Bowl 58, but man, who knows? You know how he was worked in the Super Bowls before this. He always had that superstar quality about him in the Super Bowl. I mean, seriously, that's dangerous right there. That's dangerous right there. If he plays, it'll be dangerous. Power rankings. Taylor Swift is number one. I mean, come on, yeah, it's pretty. I'm playing. So, I mean, Chase Young, I guess, is like the top 30 power rankings or top 32. Usher's 32. He's going to perform at the halftime. That's going to be cool. And Bill Vinovich will be the Super Bowl's head referee. Super Bowl 58 head referee. Bill's his reputation is letting players play. That was on display in his crew's work with the Lions and the Bucks, a divisional round. So that's key. That's really cool. That's really cool. Kyle Juszczyk, number 30. Chase Young, San Francisco, number 29. Dre Greenlaw, 28. Nick Bolton of the Chiefs, 27. Eric Armstead, oh my God, all these guys, it's like, rankings, Butler, I mean, this goes on and on and on. I just want to go right down to the top 5. They note. Here we go. Top 5. Number 5, Travis Kelce. Number 4, Christian McCaffrey. Number 3, Andy Reid. Number 2, Brock Purdy. And of course, number 1, come on. Not much needs to be said. This wasn't Mahomes' most prolific individual season statistically or otherwise, but he kept the whole operation together while the Chiefs' offense worked through some real struggles. He played a different brand of football in the stretch. He sure did, understanding that he doesn't need to be Superman in most of the games. Backed by a terrific, amazing top defense. It's another layer of maturity for Mahomes, guys. I mean, the guy's just, wow, shown some just greatness, in his position. He might be never reach. I don't think he'll reach Tom Brady. It's only reason why the 7 rings is because teams aren't made like that. I mean, there's so many players that, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. You have to keep it together. You have to keep it together, But winning Sunday would give Mahomes 3 at the age of 28. Brady got his 3rd at the age of 27. So there you go. I mean, he's on track. He is on track. But wouldn't win a Super Bowl for a decade. So the ruling is kind of out. It's almost like Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus Majors debate, we had in the mid-2000s. Either way, Mahomes reaching Brady, Bradshaw, Montana, and Troy Aikman tier of 3-time Super Bowl champion quarterbacks would bring him into an elite level of greatness. Wow. I mean, come on. And then you have Brock Purdy, right? After 2 up and down playoff games, right? And again, he just finds a way to win. He fended off by leading 2 fourth-quarter comebacks to get the 49ers to this point. I mean, there's a lot of criticism he has felt, about Purdy's remarkable recovery from his elbow surgery and clear elevation of his game in year 2. But results are results, man. They just are. And the outcome of this game could cast a big part of his reputation and standing in the league, as well as how he reviewed his own building. A strong performance almost certainly would just pave a way to a lucrative extension down the road for this kid. A flop of the game could spawn doubt on long-term footholds in the Niners. It would. It just would. I mean, Purdy also faces one of the best defenses in the NFL. One that Will just had 2 weeks ago game plan for him. He busted up a good Cowboys defense back in October, but also had his 2 worst games against the Browns and the Ravens. I don't know. Perhaps the only 2 units that clearly can say they were better than Kansas City's D this season. Right? Wow. That's something to think about. That's what you have to think about, everything. And Coach Andy Reid, I mean, come on, man. Bill Belichick, Chuck Noll, I think it was Bill Walsh, and Joe Gibbs. Okay, that's the list of NFL coaches with 3+ Super Bowl titles, right? Reid can join the illustrious best of the best group with a victory in Super Bowl 58. He's almost fitting that Reid is getting his chance, just as Bill Belichick, the man who in some ways cloaked Reid for almost 2 decades, is not set to be a head coach in 2024, guys. No. Bill didn't get a job. Reid had captained the ship of the most dominant team over the past half-decade. Is one of the league's best coaches ever, regardless of the outcome of this game. But winning it would make him the easiest, very easiest for people just to, it just make it easy, for people, to, comment on how this amazing coach is. It's easy. It's easy. And Reid is lofty conversation. I mean, I heard a lofty conversation. And so, he talked all about how, Winning is so important to him. It's easier when people put Reed into a lofty conversation, and doing so would make Reed one of the only two head coaches to win back-to-back Super Bowls in the past 25 years alongside only Belichick. Only Belichick. Wow. That's intense. So there's so many just stories to be told in this Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you something. The hype. Sometimes you can't listen to the hype. You have all these guys hyping up this team, hyping up that player, hyping, and just, and the hype is just, it's all noise to me. It's all noise to me. I mean, think about it. Christian McCaffrey, he's a dude, man. I mean, the guy's a stud. He's got the model girlfriend, fiance. I mean, as non-quarterbacks go, I mean, significantly, he should have won the MVP. Really, he should have. He will impact any game. He impacts games in so many ways. You'll stop him, but he'll break one for 75 yards, 60 yards. And to be as prolific as McCaffrey is, he's also just so amazingly consistent. This all-time All-Pro has totaled, ready, 20 plus touches in 13 of his 18 games this season, including the playoffs, and had at least 91 yards from scrimmage in 16 of the games. 16 games. 90 yards from scrimmage. At least. He also scored 4 of the 49ers' 7 TDs this postseason. 4. More than half. The Chiefs are generally done a good job against backs this season. They have. Allowing only 12 rushing touchdowns in 20 games thus far. But they are arguably haven't faced Christian McCaffrey. They just haven't. He's different, guys. I remember they faced Buffalo's James Cook, right? DeAndre Swift's Phillies, DeAndre Swift. Both gained 141 and 107 yards from scrimmage. Oh no. Oh, guys listening to some stuff. Mr. Calvin Dean has been studying. Oh, and you wonder why I make my picks. Well, I mean, that's just the way it is, It's just the way it is. I just see, he's important. Kelsey, on the other hand, him and Patrick Mahomes have played in 17 postseason games together with tight end rankings up to 133 catches on 162 targets for 1,516 yards and 18 touchdowns in those games. Hello. Wow. Think about it. 17 postseason games. Ready? Them together, 18 touchdowns. Almost more than one a game in postseason. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. So the Niners, have defended tight ends well this year. They have, though allowing just 4 touchdowns to the position all season long of all the teams that they played. Right? Only 4 touchdowns. including the playoffs. Only 4. Wow. That's something to know about. See, guys? See? There you go. I mean, I've told you guys, they're zone-heavy operation with 2 linebackers, Fred Warner and Dre Greenwald. Hello? Who can lock up the tight ends, their coverage. They just do. They can cover Kelsey. Guys, this is good stuff. It's good stuff to know. You got to know all this stuff. I think Kyle Shanahan, in some ways, the 6th best, in the power ranking for this game. In some ways, Shanahan, at some point in his coaching arc, I think he's following Andy Reid. I really do. Many regard Shanahan as one of the best coaches in the game. Think about it. Look at what he put together. Do you understand that Warner was 3rd round, Greenlaw? All these guys, other than, McCaffrey, but still, think about it. Put those guys together and put a darn good defensive game together without first rounders. Huh. Now Chase Young, of course, is 1st round, but, he got them on, but he didn't draft Chase Young. And what about Deebo Samuels? Oh, no. You can't overstate how big Samuels' performance was in the NFC Championship game, especially when we weren't even certain he'd suit up, right? Samuel pummeled Detroit with a bunch of his cuts and led the 49ers in receiving. His big third quarter, really fueled San Francisco's comeback. Like Pacheco, right? He's just a royal pain in the you-know-what, the guy is just, he's great. Just, his yak is just amazing. So that's another person you have to stop. Wow. And then you have Pacheco. Wow. He's my sleeper pick, for the game MVP. He could win this game. Pacheco could. He could. If the Kansas City Chiefs win this game, I think it might be Pacheco as the MVP. If he wins. I haven't given my pick. So, Ayuk, man, this game is like a homecoming for Ayuk, He grew up in upstate Reno, Nevada. Yeah. Actually, his father is from Vegas. And that's, that's pretty cool. There wasn't even an NFL team in Nevada when Ayuk grew up there, There wasn't. But, just going there for a Super Bowl, wow. That's a story. Every game has a story. That's a story. So as you see, guys, I keep going and on, and then we have number 10. We have Bosa. Even before the Niners landed in Vegas, Bosa was talking about how the Chiefs' offense tackles hold a lot. Wow. Tooney's out, and those tackles are, they kind of had to fit, the tackles they have to fit them from injuries. They had to fit in the actual offensive line. The offensive line, the inner offensive line of the Chiefs are the best. The 3 offensive linemen, the center and the 2 guards, one of the best. Those 3 are one of the best. 3 of the best in football. 3 of the best in football. But the tackles are very questionable. And they do hold a lot. So, now, you don't know what's going to happen. And then Chris Jones, he's up there too. He's a centerpiece of that. He's destructive. He's just, he's all that and then some, That's for sure. Chris Jones is amazing talent. Amazing. Wow. I mean, he is. I mean, Jones, he's considering how the Chiefs handled his holdout this summer, allowing Jones to sit out an opener, loss against the Lions, and then restructuring his deal days later to get him back on the field. The guys, they would not be here. The Kansas City Chiefs would not be in the Super Bowl without Chris Jones. That's how important he is to this team. He's destructive. You cannot block the man. You can slow him down a little, but he's going to get to the quarterback. That quarterback better either slide, do something, get rid of the ball quickly, because Chris Jones is coming. He's coming. And then you have Snead, a quarterback. He's just like Javarius Ward of the Niners. Amazing. And Rashid Rice, the wideout, coming alive. And then George Kittle. George, I truly believe George and Kelsey are the two best tight ends in the game. I truly believe that. And George isn't a schmuck either. George is really, really, really good. Trent Williams, I have to mention Trent and Fred Warner. Trent Williams, when healthy, the 35-year-old has been arguably the best offensive tackle in this generation. In this generation, guys. Wow. That's insane. The guy's a house for number one, and he's just so good. Man, I see him pulling. He's a left tackle. Best left tackle ever to play the game. In football. Number 71. If anyone is not familiar with Trent Williams of the San Francisco 49ers, the game tomorrow, I want you all to look at number 71. And when they run a power sweep to the right, and you see him pull, watch the fear of the quarterbacks or the linebackers' eyes, because he just crushes them, and they just whittle it. Those guys they fall apart. A lot of them just fall to the ground. Or he just runs them over, and you don't want to be run over by Trent Williams. You just don't. So I mean, that's a team. So guys, as you can see, I just went over all these players, their importance of the players, gave you some knowledge, and it's time. It's time, guys. I mean, I know it's been a while. And man, I thank you everyone for listening to my show, and Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. The winner of Super Bowl 58. Yes, the winner of Super Bowl 58 will be the San Francisco 49ers will beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, yeah. 33. Yes, 33-30. The Kansas City Chiefs will get beaten by the San Francisco 49ers, 33-30. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you after the game. During the game, I might be doing a little live, show during the game. So stay tuned tomorrow. Have fun. Bobby Morales, have a great party, brother. Have a great party. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.